What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kamal. I'm glad to have y'all guys still here with me on this journey. So listen, as promised, I'm going to show you guys one of the best ways to make money while you sleep, to make money from your home without having to get a second job. And like I said, without the pressure of having to quit your current job right now. All right. At least not yet. So I'm going to jump into this. I'm going to try to make this fast because I know y'all busy. But before I get into this presentation itself, I want to give you a little introduction about myself, of how I got to this business, this industry, this opportunity that I'm gonna introduce to y'all, that I feel is my obligation and duty to introduce to y'all because of how powerful and how possibly life-changing it could be. All right, so let me rewind it back. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself and how I got on this journey, really, because it's not about this particular business specifically, even though there's a lot of reasons that I believe this is the best opportunity that's out right now, hands down. It's more about my journey, my path towards entrepreneurship, to financial freedom, to success. You know, for me, it might look different than what it looks like for you, but ultimately that was my goal. I made a decision that I wasn't going to work for a boss for my entire life. I made a decision that I wasn't going to be a lifetime employee. I made a decision that I would pursue the path of entrepreneurship, to become an entrepreneur, to become a successful entrepreneur, to become a successful business owner, that I was going to have things, assets that I could leave for my children and my children's children, right? So I made those decisions, and that's really what set me on this path and on this course that ultimately led me to this opportunity, again, that I feel obliged to share with you guys. All right, so I'm gonna go back to about 2007, right? So 2007 for me was a real good year. The main reason is I came home from prison in 2007. So I got locked up when I was 18, a few days before my 19th birthday, actually, right? I got locked up. So I made a transition from a teenager to adulthood while in prison. All right. So I came home 2007. When I left, I was living in my father's house. I was in my last year of high school, right? So I didn't graduate, went upstate, came home 2007, back in father's house. So it's a real interesting year, right? Because, you know, I'm coming home again as an adult now. I'm trying to figure things out, where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, what's going to be my career path, you know, which direction I'm going to go, and how I'm going to get out of father's house, right? Dad never put any pressure on me, but, you know, as a grown man, you want your own space. You don't want to be in a house with your father. At least I did. So I'm trying to figure things out. One of the things I really had going for me at that time is I learned the skill while in prison. I learned how to weld. And fortunately, as my teacher told me, his name was actually Mr. Coover. He said, man, listen, if you stay this course, then you'll never be without employment when you got home. And for the most part, that held true. So welding actually held me down a lot, helped me to keep some money in my pocket and things like that. But anyway, I read this book when I came home. The book was actually recommended to me by a cousin of mine. It was called Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you never heard of this book, if you never read this book, read the book. If you have teenage children that haven't read the book, man, however you can do it, try to coerce them, make sure they read this book. And like I said, if you haven't read it, read it. For me, it was life-changing. And I'm not exaggerating this. For me, that book was literally life-changing, at least as far as the way that I knew that I was going to pursue success or wealth. You understand what I'm saying? So I read that book, and with that thing, that's when a light bulb went off, right? That's when the blinders came off my eyes, and that's where my world opened up to other possibilities. Let me rewind it back a little bit. One of the biggest things that happened to me when I was in prison, right? I read this book and I still can't remember what I read, but the guy was speaking about skepticism and how being overly skeptic, but how being a skeptic could really, I guess, limit you as far as your opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? So let me give you a prime example. Most of the people that come from where we come from, or come from where I come from, I'm from North Philadelphia. Think about this. Think about the reality of this. I'm going to start with myself first. Most of the people that came from my area, my demographic of North Philadelphia, you know, most of my immediate friends and family, my immediate circle, right? Everybody lives in pretty much the same manner. We live the same way, right? I didn't know any millionaires. I didn't know any successful business owners. Everybody that I knew, though, hands down, worked a job, and that was it, right? Not saying we were poor or broke, like in my household in particular. We was cool. I guess back then we would be considered middle class. My father worked and my mom worked. So we was always cool. Never had the electric cut off and none of those type problems. We just happened to live in a certain area, right? But everybody worked, and that's what everybody was expected to do. That was the blueprint that was given us. That was the blueprint that was given us for success. You went to school, got good grades, hopefully, graduated high school, went to college, hopefully graduated college, got out of college, got you a good government paying job or a job that's going to pay you benefits, give you vacation pay and vacation time, or hopefully you retire and get a pension. That was the blueprint. That was the success blueprint for everybody that was passed down to most of us. And not even in America, that's the world, because the majority of us were groomed to be employees. So anything outside of that, most people are skeptical. We're skeptics about it. Why? Because it doesn't fit in with the mold, with the normal, with the common thing. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said skepticism. So it's really not your fault if you are a skeptic, because I was a skeptic also. Because if it didn't fit within that bubble, that box that we were taught, we automatically just brushed it off. Because if the average person, if we want to get more money, right? The average person doesn't think, all right, let me start this business. Let me put on my entrepreneur cap and think I can grind and start, and open up a business. Nah, we're doing what? We're going to get another job or a part-time job or another full-time job, or we're working overtime. Typically, when the average person in the world, because we are employees and we were groomed to be employees, when it comes down to money and we need more money, our first option is to work more hours. So we trade more of our lives in order to make a living, right? And because of that, like I said, when something that doesn't fit in with that mold, we're skeptical about it. We ain't trying to hear it. We brush it off. We don't even give it our air. So anyway, that's one of the things I made that decision while in prison, that when I came home, I wasn't going to be skeptical because I was guilty of that. And I knew it when I read it. It went off. It's like, wow, this is me. And just imagine how many opportunities that I let go past me because it didn't fit in with what I was taught. But the thing is, the things that we were taught limited us drastically, dramatically, limited us to what we could possibly do, because we was always trying to fit within this mold. Now, as far as money and as far as success, the only people that I seen that I knew that had any real money was the guys that was standing on the corner. That was it. So for me, I'm going to be realistic with you as far as wealth, because I even knew when I was young, I wanted to be wealthy. I didn't know exactly how, but I just knew, I'm not even going to say wealthy. I just know I wanted fancy cars. I wanted clothes and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? Usually the typical materialistic things that would excite a young man, especially coming from where I come from, right? The only people that had that I knew that I can actually touch and talk to and, and engage with personally was the guys that stood on the corner. That was it. So as far as wealth and making money and getting those things, that was it for me. I only felt there was two ways to get those type of things, to make a lot of money. You was either standing on the corners doing what the guys on the corners do, right? Or you was an athlete. That was it. That's how limited my thinking was as far as accumulating wealth and living the way I want to live, being able to travel, getting the cars, getting the clothes, all the fancy things and stuff like that. Two options was all I was limited to. That was it. That's the reality of it. Because we were groomed. I know I didn't want to work, like my father worked, not taking nothing from my pop. My pop always handled business. He was always fly, always stayed, but that's not what I wanted. But again, I had no real world examples around me that could show me how to do it, except for the route that led me to prison ultimately, right? Or I got to have a wicked jump shot or be able to catch and run at a certain speed. But that was it. Some limited beliefs was handed down to us. So after I read that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that basically, like I said, it took the blinders off. I realized I had to unlearn everything that I would learn. And that book was the start of it. That was the change in my life. That's when I was like, wow, that book was really life-changing. That's when I did a whole 180 and I started to rethink everything when it came to making money, finances, wealth, freedom, all of that stuff that was taught to us, whether it's by our parents, by the school system, really by just the overall society. They groomed us to be employees. And I made that decision in 2007 that I would not be a lifetime employee. I would not work for somebody for 30, 40 years, not even for 20, not even for 15 or 10. I made a decision. I won't do it. I would not settle for being an employee. I would not settle for anything less than being on my own time, being an entrepreneur, being a successful business owner, owning several businesses, making hopefully millions of dollars a month. I know a guy who makes millions a month, right? And for some people, that might seem far-fetched and unfathomable. But if that's the case, then it's time you need to change your mind frame, because nothing is out of your reach. As long as the opportunity is there, we can get at it. You can get at it. You just got to go, you just got to find a vehicle to do it. And what I want to break down to y'all, what I want to show y'all guys is one of the best ways I believe to actually do it. To make some extra money if you just want to make some extra money, or you can really take this thing to a whole nother level, as a lot of people in this specific business already done. So anyway, let me get into this. Like I said, I don't want to keep y'all too long. I'm gonna share my screen. Just give me a second. Now on your screen, you should see the name Boomerang. So this is our company, right? So our CEO, Mr. Holton Buggs, one of the best in the industry. I'm actually calling the Michael Jordan of the industry. When he started this business, right, you wanted to create a business model. That's what we plugging into, a business model. No different than if you want to start a franchise. One of the reasons most people want to start franchises is because a franchise is already well established. The name is known. Think McDonald's, think Chick-fil-A. You ain't got to worry about trying to get your business out there because it's already well known. But more importantly than that, I ain't gonna say more importantly, but just as importantly as them already having a well-known brand is the fact that they have a system that you can literally plug into. So once you get a franchise, you don't got to figure things out. You plug into their success system because they already proven themselves. It's no different than this right here. This business model, you simply plug into it. Make yourself coachable, right? Utilize the tools, utilize the game that we're giving you, and take action. And then you can really make some positive changes with your lifestyle and your finances. But anyway, Boomerang, the CEO, he created this business model because he wanted to create something to where you could actually give something away for free to a customer that helps the customer, but then that will also generate for you a residual income. I'm going to use that word a lot during this presentation, residual income. I told you guys before, all money's not created equal. Most people got to work for their money. They have to trade their hours for dollars. They have to give away their lives in order to make a living. With residual income, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're creating an income, but you don't have to give up hours of your time in order to keep it coming. Once it's established, it's going to keep rolling. It's like having your money on autopilot. That's what we want, because if our money's on autopilot, it gives us the time and the freedom to do whatever else we want to do with our lives. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, let me keep it moving. All right, so before I get into this, let me give you guys a disclaimer. This is a business. I'm going to be talking about money, right? Potentially big money. But I'm not going to make any income guarantees, only because your success in this business, just like anything else in your life, is completely dependent upon the action that you put forward. That's it, right? So if you come in, you treat this like a business. Like I said, you take advantage of the tools. You come in, you listen, you learn, you take advantage of the game that we're given, that our leaders are given, then you can really do some big things. But on the other side, on the flip side, if you come in, you be lackadaisical, you're not doing nothing, you're not putting forth no effort, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. It's really that simple. All right. So I just want to put that out there before we get moving. Now, the world is changing. The world is changing, as we know. If you think about when COVID first hit, that was like the big thing. Things haven't really been the same since. It's a whole new normal. They're saying by 2027, 86.5 million people will work whenever and wherever they want. A shift from traditional jobs to independent work. A lot of people today don't even want to work regular jobs. We got people doing Uber, we got people doing Lyft, we got people doing DoorDash and Instacart. A friend of mine actually got laid off when COVID first hit. When things started to slowly open back up, he never went back to his day job. He continued doing Instacart, right? That was it. A lot of people today don't want to be tied down to a desk or to a specific place for 8 hours a day. So they're making a shift from traditional jobs to independent work. So not only that, but as far as customer expectations have changed within the last 10 years. Think about Amazon and your experience with Amazon. People want ongoing value. They want unique experience, and they want things to be personalized for them. Amazon, when you shop on Amazon, your whole experience from beginning to end, your whole shopping experience, there's no human contact at all. It's all technology, and it works it works perfectly every time. I love Amazon, right? The great thing about Amazon, if you go into your Amazon account, The items, the products that's going to pop up on your account is going to be completely different things that pop up for me in my account. Why? Because Amazon personalizes it for you. People come to expect that now, right? The world has changed. People are creating new business models, right? Shopping is old. Shopping's been going on for decades, for centuries. The thing that makes it fresh and new is the technology, right? Customers' expectations have changed. They want things personalized and they want them unique experiences. Companies like Amazon gives us that, right? So not only that, your expectations have changed as an employee also. People want time freedom. Again, I said people don't want to be tied down to a job for 8 hours. They don't want to be stuck working 40, 50 hours a week. Actually, in the US, if you look it up, average work hours in the US is like 50 plus hours a week now, and that's the norm. People want to have the ability to do what they want to do on their own time, travel and spend time with their family. People also want residual income, meaning having your money on autopilot, right? And a lot of people want they want to have the option to be able to give back to their favorite charities. So all within this one business that I'm gonna show y'all, you had the opportunity to actually check off all three of those. Now, so you got the old world, which people had to sell, 10 to 12 hours of work days, right? I know people that do that religiously every week, 10, 12, 14, 16-hour shifts a day. Typically, you worked in one industry, you had one stream of income, and when you retired, you had little or nothing. You was relying on a pension. Again, these days, most people retire, they only stay retired for like 1 or 2 years, and then they go back to work. That's the reality of it. It's scary. Think about that. You retire 1 or 2 years, then you realize that you don't have enough to get you through your retirement because people live longer these days, right? They live longer these days, so they end up having to go back to work. Think of them older people you see at your Walmarts. I just seen this woman. I was at a Wendy's, right, out near Penn State College. This woman had to be every bit of 70-something years old working in the Wendy's. I mean, I don't know her story, but she could have easily been that statistic. Somebody that retired and just don't have enough. So she had to go back to work, right? So the new world is success without selling. Most people don't like to sell. Some people don't mind it. But what if you could have success without actually having to sell something, right? But also, what if we gave you access to 192 countries, plus the technology that works for you 24/7 around the clock? Technology never sleeps. It sells you all day. I'm quite sure you've seen it on your Facebook, your Instagram pages, and even YouTube. Things that you search, it seems like it's following you all around the net. That's technology working 24/7 around the clock to sell you, to upsell you, and to cross-sell you. Imagine you had the same type technology where you can actually build your own business, right? But you also get paid when your customer saves money. That's the new business model, right? Getting paid when a customer saves money. You can actually earn multiple streams of income through this one opportunity. Now, in the Boomerang, remember I said this is a new business model. Yesterday, you got paid when you sold, so we had to sell value. Today, you get paid when they saved, so we're giving value. Remember that. That's the difference. So leadership is the X factor. This is our CEO and chairman, Mr. Holton Buggs. I mentioned him at the very beginning. This man, I'm going to say again, is like the Michael Jordan of the industry. And I'm not saying this loosely. I'm saying this, and I really want this to sink in. As a businessman, as a multimillionaire, and as the CEO of this company, we have the absolute best business mind in this industry. Companies come to him to figure out how they can scale and do better with their businesses. Other potential business owners and entrepreneurs, is hundreds and thousands of people that actually flock to him, that pay him for his wisdom so they can figure out how they can do better with themselves, with their businesses. Mainly businesses come to him to figure out how they can actually scale and do better with building their business. We had the absolute number one best in the industry, the best business mind there is, right? Don't take that lightly because success leaves clues. Remember when I said when I was young, I didn't have an example to follow as far as how to make $1 million. We have it and he shares it. So when he speaks, it's really in our best interest to sit down and listen and hear what he got to say because he's already done it. So we look at this timeline, right? From 1990 to 97, his first 7 years in business, he never made more than $500 a month. But what that shows to you and what that shows to us is his resilience, because the average person within a first 6 months in business, if you don't do good, most people quit within a first 6 months of business, right? within the first 6 months, they're not even making it a year. So he went 7 years. But through trial and error, through constant failure, he was able to create a business model, a blueprint, a success formula to where you can actually have rapid success. So from 2009 up until now, he broke he broke every sales record. He broke every earnings record. But it's not even about the money that he made. What's most important to me is the fact that he made over 50 people millionaires also, which means that his model, his formula is able to be duplicated. I'm going to repeat, success leaves clues. You just got to follow the right people, not follow the people who don't have any money. You can't take business advice or financial advice or wealth advice from people who are broke, who are in the same boat as you. You got to look to the people that already made it, right? So for us within this business, we have our CEO, Mr. Holton Buggs, and a few others that I'm going to introduce you to. So now what he wanted to create, remember I said success without selling, right? So the remedy, the answer to that was the technology. I spoke about the technology that works 24/7 around the clock. Our technology within Boomerang is called the PRIB. This is our artificial intelligence. What is the PRIB? The PRIB is the perpetual residual income builder. There's that word again, residual income. Residual income allows you to do something one time that will then pay you over and over and over and over and over, whether you sleep, whether you're on vacation, whether you're sick or you're feeling ill, whether you just don't feel like getting up for the day. Once your perpetual residual income is established, it's on autopilot. It's one of the best ways to make money while you sleep. Basically, we're giving you a technology to allow you to create and build a business, right? That you can then walk away from, go on vacation, be free, pursue your hobbies and your interests, right? You can do the things that you want to do because you've established for yourself a perpetual residual income and a business that's going to spin off for you a constant flow of income, whether you're there or not. So this is what the PRIB does for you, right? We're talking about customers. This is a customer acquisition business model. The PRIB will do the follow-ups. It will do the selling, it will do the upselling, it will do the cross-selling. When we're talking about a technology that's building a business, again, I'm going to reference Amazon. Nobody gets on the phone to call you from Amazon. Nobody. The technology tracks you 24/7 around the clock, around the web. If you're searching for something, and they all do it, when you search for something, more than likely, after your search, once you go on your Instagram or your Facebook, or wherever you at on the web, that same thing is going to be popping up everywhere. That's the technology working to sell you, to do follow-ups, because a lot of times when you order something on Amazon, you get a follow-up. You get an email. Then they're probably going to show you some things that's similar to what you bought. They're going to show you some things that customers who bought what you bought also bought, right? That's the technology doing what? It's following up. It's upselling you. It's cross-selling you, but it's never a person doing it. They eliminated the human. They eliminated the human. The artificial intelligence does it 24/7 around the clock to help Amazon consistently maintain a customer base, right? And our PRIB does the same thing for you. So if you want to also build a team, it does the same thing because everybody doesn't want to build a team or know how to build a team. So the technology would do it. Welcome orientations, trainings, upgrades, events, and they help you to retain your team members and continuously retain your customers, because customer retention is just as important as customer acquisition. Meaning if a customer comes to you one time and they purchase something and they never come back, we don't want that. We need our customers to constantly come back. And again, Amazon. Most people come back to Amazon. They do a hell of a job of retaining their customers because their technology keeps you locked in, right? So the power of the PRIB. If you look on the screen, you see these 5 different things around the circle, all connected to the PRIB. We'll talk about how all this links in, right? We'll talk about how all of this links in like a chain and all works together. So if you look on here, you see these 5 different circles. All these are individual businesses within one business. So think about 5 different streams of income, all under one opportunity. Just imagine having money coming from 5 different ways. The average multimillionaire and billionaire has at least 3 different income streams. Money is constantly coming in and never limited to just one income stream. Because if you limit yourself, then you're going to doom yourself. So we created a business and a business model that really gives our ambassadors, as we call ourselves, the opportunity to earn, to save, and to live. So our thing, our motto is family time, flexible living, and financial freedom. The complete opposite of what we were taught, right? Remember, we were taught what? Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a job. And if that job ain't paying you enough, you either switch jobs or you get a part-time job or you work overtime. That's not flexibility. Again, I like to use the phrase, you're giving away your life in order to make a living. And a lot of us have to give away a lot of our lives in order to make ends meet, in order to make a living, in order to feed our families and ourselves. But just imagine you had a way to where you can actually out-earn what you're making at your job, but without having to physically be there for 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16 hours a day. But you'll have the flexibility, the income, the time, and the freedom to actually design your lifestyle and do what you want to do. Like I said, to pursue your dreams, to pursue your passions, and pursue your hobbies, right? On your time. That's what we provide at our Boomerang. So one of our newest verticals, as we call them, each business that's introduced into the PRIB, we call them verticals, right? So a new business, a new vertical. Elevate is one of our newest verticals. Elevate is our Forex training education platform. We have 11 educators, and they don't do this in theory. Each of our educators do this on a daily basis. This is how they make their money. And they basically teaching you, they're giving you the game. They're giving us the game. I love this class. I'm currently in Elevate right now, and I love it. 11 educators, right? There's live classes every week. And if you miss the live classes, they record them so you can actually go back and catch up. You won't miss nothing, right? So you got that legacy education platform. You got the technologies, artificial intelligence, gamification, trading, and growth tools. And we have a community because community is important. Sometimes trying to do it by yourself doesn't work for most people. But if you can gather a community of like-minded people who all got the same goals, then it's real easy to stay motivated, and it's pretty exciting. So Elevate is awesome, man. Learn Forex trading because you can do Forex. This is another thing. You can do Forex from anywhere in the world. As long as you got a laptop and or a cell phone, you got a Wi-Fi connection, you can literally be in Belize trading and still making money. You can be in the south of France trading and still making money. There's no limit to your income once you learn the skill of Forex trading. And this is why I'm extremely excited about Forex trading. This is why I'm currently a student in this program. All right. So the next one is our Zents line of products. Zents was actually our first physical product. We started out with a technology first, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But Zents was our first physical product, right? If you look on the screen to the left, you see Zents Relax. This was Zents. These are essential oils and a wearable technology. This little thing right here that you see right over portable, this little device here, you simply put it in your nose and it gives off a fragrance, an aroma of essential oils, all natural, no harmful chemicals. This is all natural. This one here is lavender, right? If you look up lavender, lavender is great for helping you relax. My mother loves the lavender. Put the lavender in, you just simply breathe. These little devices, they're comfortable and they're indiscreet. Once you put it in, most people won't even know that you have it in. And if you're somebody that's stuck wearing a mask all day, this is even better for you because you ain't got to smell your breath all day. You can put in one of the Zents. We have a few other flavors. We got the lemon, which is actually one of my favorite. Probably is my favorite right now. And the lemon is called the Purify because the scent is just like invigorating, invigorates me. And like I said, if you're under a mask, it's even better. We also have eucalyptus, which is great for opening up your nasal passages. Most people who have allergies love the eucalyptus, all right? And then we have a Zents Control, which is a grapefruit fragrance, and I'm actually waiting on my delivery now. So that was the Zents. Then we also have our Skin Tech. Skin Tech is awesome. I'm extremely excited and confident and optimistic about Skin Tech. Put Skin Tech on your hand, you rub it in, right? It's a foam. Because a lot of people use hand sanitizers these days, but hand sanitizer is alcohol-based. For a lot of people, it irritates their hands and it dries out your skin. Skin Tech has no alcohol. It's non-harmful. It's non-toxic to humans, children, or even dogs. You put it on your hand and it creates a 4-hour invisible glove on your hands. So if you're somebody that got to be walking out in public, you got grab doorknobs and grab handles. If you're like me, you meet a lot of guys, you shake hands. Protect your hands, protect your skin with Skin Tech. Again, you put it on, once it dries, it creates a 4-hour protective biomechanical glove on your hand. And it actively fights bacteria and germs, and it kills off mold spores on contact while it's on your hands for 4 hours. All right, so Skin Tech is amazing. I love it. Now, Bill Genius. Amazing product, amazing service. This is free for your customer to use, and it generates an income for you. Let me explain how you make money, how we make money from Bill Genius. So statistically, Americans are overpaying on their bills by over $60 billion a year, right? So you can reduce your bills without switching providers. There's no membership fee. You don't pay anything unless you save. So you can save on the bills. It says you can save on these bills and more. So TV, internet, phone, power, security. Bill Genius has saved customers more than $9.5 million to date. To date, $9.5 million in savings for our customers. So if you look below, DirecTV, AT&T, Sprint, Spectrum, Sirius, T-Mobile, just to name a few of the bills you can actually save money on, right? My aunt Stace saved about $280 on a Sprint bill. She saved $280 on a Sprint bill. All she had to do was what? Upload the bill in 3 minutes or less. Then you let Bill Genius go to work for you. It's really that simple. It's that simple. Upload a bill that you would like to try to hopefully save money on, because we can't save money on every bill, but you upload the bill for free. Once Bill Genius got your bill in their system, they'll assign to you an agent. That agent's job is to simply negotiate with your provider to get you the best deal, the best monthly payment. If you know, like I know, bills get paid when? Every month, constantly, without a hitch. They would never forget. Sometimes I hope they will forget. They won't. They don't. Them electric bills, them gas bills, them phone bills come every month consistently. They do not forget. They got one heck of a memory, all of them. Bill Genius will negotiate with your provider to get you a better deal, as he did with my Aunt Stace with Sprint, as he did with me and my AT&T bill. All you gotta do is sit back and wait for the email. They'll let you know their progress. Now, what happens is if they save you money, in my case, I'm gonna say my AT&T bill, they save me $50 a month. Because they save me $50 a month, Bill Genius then takes half of the savings as their commission. So technically, I save $25 a month. The other $25 comes to me in savings. $25 goes to them as a commission. But if you refer this to a customer, in my case with my Aunt Stace, who pays her Sprint bill every month, they get their cut. She gets her savings. I also get a small percentage because I referred her to it. So every time she pays that bill every month, I get a small check. I get a small commission. Think about how many customers you can get in a year. Can you get 50 customers? Can you find 100 people that want to save money on bills that they got to pay every month, right? Think about that. The numbers start to add up, because this is not a short-term thing. This is long-term. We building a business. We thinking 1 year, 2 year, 3. How many customers you think you could find that wants to save money on these bills? I'm quite sure you know a ton of people right now that pays some of these bills. If it is not these providers, right? Because it doesn't have to be the providers that you see on the screen. As long as it's a phone bill, as long as it's a DirecTV bill, you can find somebody that want to spend a little less. And all you're doing is referring it to them. In the case like me, with my aunt and a few other customers that I have that are not even family or friends. That's how you get paid with Bill Genius. That's residual income at its best. Again, every time my aunt and my other customers pay their bills every month, right? It's a free service for them. I'll get a commission from that. You understand what I'm saying? So your iGo travel platform. Let's talk about iGo. Let's talk about travel. I love to travel. Hopefully a lot of you guys love to travel. You have traveled or you have intentions to travel. This was our first, when I got started, this was the only service we had, right? That's why I said Zents was our first physical product, because when we got started, all we had was this. We had the iGo platform. Awesome, awesome platform. This is the only place that I book anything from. So our motto is a 5-star lifestyle for 3-star prices. Customers get a free lifetime membership. You earn when your customers save money. And members get exclusive access to the lowest prices. Most people don't know there's a such thing as behind the curtain prices. There are better prices and better deals than what you find on Expedia and Priceline and Travelocity and Trivago. There's a better price than that, right? Let me give you this example. If you look on the screen, New York City, 4.5-star hotel. Let's say this was you. You was looking for a hotel in New York. You went on Expedia, right? One of the most common Jones. You found something for $339 a night. Man, you was talking about it. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go to New York. I found something to join this night. Check this out, $339 a night. And I say, hold up. I said, that's cool. But before you book that, I said, try iGo, right? You say, what's iGo? I say, give you a second. I pull up my link. I share my link with you. You go into iGo. You look up that same exact hotel, same dates and all that. You find it on iGo for $178 a night. The question I got to ask you, do you think you would be a happy traveler? You think you would be happy with me? Do you think you would thank me for that? I guarantee you would thank me for that. Most people would be pretty happy campers if that was the case. Just saves you a few $100s, right? Now, because I referred that to you, you're happy because I helped you save money on your booking in New York. Now you got a few extra dollars you can put in your pocket and do something else with. But because I referred it to you, I'll get a commission from that. I'll actually get half of what you saved. So the difference between $339, matter of fact, let me do this real quick so I can give you some actual numbers. Do this real quick so I can give you some actual numbers. So we're going to do $339, right? Minus $178. That's $161 that I helped you save per night on that hotel. Because I referred it to you, because I recommend that you check out iGo when you used it, I'll get half of the commission, half of that $161 savings for myself. So my commission for that would be $80.50. All because I simply was like, listen, check this out. I probably can help you save some money. How many times do you do that in your daily life? Ask yourself, how many times do you do that? It was like, yo, this Netflix movie is awesome. Go check out Netflix. We went to the movies. This movie is good. Go check this out, the movies. You told your girlfriend about a restaurant. Girl, this restaurant, their food was banging. Go check out this restaurant. And then your friends and your family will go to those places and patronize those places. Help those places make more money. But you don't get no kickback from that. Think about that. You do it for free to help them make millions and sometimes billions in some cases, but you don't get any kickback. Change the conversation. Do it for yourself. Now you can actually do this. And I've done it. I got quite a few amount of customers that I get paid on. When they travel, I don't even know what they're doing because they don't got to contact me anymore. All I'm doing is give them the link. They do their thing. And I just, I check my back office for commission checks. That's it. That's, again, residual income. Why? Because I did something one time. That's going to continuously to pay me. Go ask yourself the question, if you went in there for that type of savings, I think it's safe to say you're going to go back to iGo again to see what other types of savings you can get. So the same that goes for you is the same thing that goes for every other customer that we have within the iGo platform. And right now, we're well into the millions of customers. Think about that. Change the conversation because you share your experiences every day and you will continue to do so. The most extreme example, think about Facebook. I'm going to do this one more, then I'm going to move on. Facebook, over 1 billion users. You and I built Facebook. We didn't create it. We built it. Ask yourself, how many Facebook commercials do you actually see? Me personally, I've never seen a Facebook commercial prior to me getting a Facebook account. People told me about it. That was it. And I've done the same thing for other people. I told them to join it. We used the platform. It was a free platform, first and foremost. This is why iGo was always free. We students of the game. Remember I said success leaves clues. Those free apps pay off. So we gave iGo away for free. Think about that. How many Facebook commercials or billboards do you actually see? And if you did see some, or one or two, I'm guarantee you couldn't see many because I don't see many. More than likely, it wasn't because of a commercial that you got a Facebook account. It's because one of your friends was like, yo, join Facebook. This join is cool. Or get on Instagram. This is cool. That was it. You and I built Facebook. He created it, but we built it. Word of mouth exploded Facebook to what it is today and created the youngest billionaire with Mark Zuckerberg. So the question is, do you boomerang, right? Boomerang. Do you boomerang? Boomerang with smart codes. So the iGo platform I just showed you, the Build Genius that I showed you, the Elevate platform, if you want to share those with somebody that you think will be interested in it, We simply do it with a code, right? We got QR codes, but we also got a link that we send to our customers from our back office. How long do it take to send a link and generate a link? Literally 2 minutes, if that. Like I'm so good with, I do it in a matter of seconds now. Generate this joint, send it to a potential customer, they activate it, and they be on their merry way. They can save their money, they can get into Elevate, they can do whatever. That's how we boomerang. But, right, not only that, this is one of the best things about this opportunity overall, and with these smart codes. Not only do your customer saves money, not only do the customer save money, right, and you're helping them to save money, but every time they activate a code, so every time somebody activates one of those iGo platform codes that I send them, it feeds a child through our Boom Foundation, right? So every activated boomerang, whether it's for the iGo, whether it's for Bill Jeans, whether it's for Elevate, every time somebody activates it, it feeds a child through our Boom Foundation. And to date, we've already served over 10 million servings of nutrition to malnourished or starving children, right? So we put you in a position to not only make money and help people to save money, but to also give back all at the same darn time, all right? So that's cool. So 7 ways to earn income. I'm not going to get into all these. We can actually talk about this after the presentation, but I told you multiple streams of income is one of the safest ways to go as far as being financially sound and set and stable, all right? So how do you get started? Let's talk about how to take advantage of this opportunity called Boomerang. Everybody has to come in at the standby position at $49.95. It's a wholesale starter kit, right? And at the standby position, you have a monthly subscription fee of $49.95. For $49.95, you get a Boomerang customer site. You get 5 boomerangs to send. You get 25% of the direct travel savings bonuses from customers using the iGo platform. You get 25% of referral commissions. You get an I Decide interactive presentation that does presentations for you. If you're a person that don't like to talk to people, all right? You get the whole online business management system. That's what you get at the standby position. But I would recommend you don't stay here. If you do start there, don't stay there for long. One of these packages here is one of the best ways to get your foot in the door and really hit the ground running with this opportunity called our Boomerang. So the first pack is the coach class. To get started at the coach class position, it's $250 up front. It's only a one-time fee. After that, there's a $99 a month, well, $99.99 a month subscription fee. Some people are like, yeah, well, why we got to pay a fee every month? Every business has monthly expenses. Traditionally, your monthly expenses for the traditional business, the average business, far exceeds $100 a month. So get real, please. We doing business here. We businessmen. So it's time to put on your business entrepreneur cap and let's handle business. So $99 a month, $100 a month is really nothing, especially with everything that I've just shown you prior to the screen, all the technology, the leadership, the wisdom, the guidance, the tools. $99.99 is a drop in the bucket for everything that you get within everything that you get within our Boomerang. So anyway, first class, the coach class package, right? It's 2 ways to go. You got the travel pack, you got a product pack. The travel pack, you get access to hotels, flights, and rental cars at the coach class position. You get 10 boomerangs and you get 50% of the bonuses. Plus you get something called a team bonus. You get 10% of that. Again, I'll break all that down later. Now, as far as your boomerangs, remember, you're starting off with 10. The boomerangs are important because these are your assets. Remember, those iGo platforms. Remember I said earlier, this is a customer acquisition driven business. You want to be in a position to where you can get as many customers as possible. So at the coach class, you only start off with 10, which is cool to get started, but eventually you want to have more boomerangs. The awesome thing is, even though you start off with 10, you can always buy more boomerangs in your back office. I never let my boomerangs drop below 100 boomerangs, all right? Currently, I think I got about 300 or something of them. So you want to have the ability to get as many customers as possible. Again, think about how many customers Amazon got that's coming back to their app, to their site on a monthly and daily basis. Think about that. That's the way we want to think when we're building our business. So you also have the product pack. If you don't want to do the iGo and none of that, you just like the skin tech, you can just go with products. Most people just like physical products. They want something they can put their hands on, and that's cool. So at the coach class product pack, you start off with 4 Zent Smooths, In the picture, that's the lemon, the purify, right? And you'll start off with 10 bottles of the Skin Tech. And your profit, they actually show your profit would be $119.70. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The next membership pack is the business class. It's a one-time payment of $500. After that, it's still $99.99 a month. So your monthly fee does not go up, right? But at the business class, you get access to hotels, flights, rental cars, and cruises. So you get access to more of the iGo as a business class member, as a business class ambassador. You start off with 25 boomerangs. You get 100% of the bonus percentages from the iGo, and you get up to and you get 12% of the dual team bonus. Now, if you jump over here to the product pack, same thing. If you just love the Skin Tech, you love the Zents, you go with the product pack. They start you off with 12. We start you off with 12 Zent Smooths, all right, and you get 16 bottles of the Skin Tech. Your profits will be $279.24. All right. So let's move on to the last pack, which is the first class pack. I am a first class ambassador. This is the best way to get started and really get your business off the ground. So $1,000 up front. This is a one-time payment. Your monthly fee is still $99.99. So your monthly fee does not change with any of the packs. So the first class pack, you get access to everything in the iGo platform, right? You start you off with 50 boomerang codes. Remember, these codes equals residual income, customers, all right? 100% of the bonus travel commissions, and you get up to 20% of the dual team bonuses. Now, again, we also have the product pack under the first class. Starts you off with 26 Zent Smooths, and what's that, about 34 Skin Tech bottles. Your profit under this is $658.36 if you just want to have physical products, all right? So that's the end of this presentation. Get started today. If you love what you heard on this presentation and you're ready to get rocking and rolling, get with me ASAP. If somebody invited you to this presentation, get back with the person who invited you ASAP. If you have questions, same thing. If somebody invited you to the presentation, you have questions, get back to the person that invited you. If you come across this presentation from one of my videos, if you want to get started, get with me ASAP. I've left numerous ways to contact me. Use any of the methods to contact me. Let's get rocking and rolling. If you have any questions, same thing. Get with me ASAP. Get your questions answered. All right. So just a disclaimer again, man. I can't make any income claims. I showed you a lot of information. Within this business, you can make potentially a lot of money, but only if you take action. It's no different than if you get a gym membership. If you get that gym membership, you're trying to lose weight. Just because you got that membership will not guarantee that you lose 50 pounds. Or won't guarantee that you'll pack on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle. Once you get your membership, it's time to do what? It's time to go to the gym now and put in some work. Use the equipment. So it's the same thing here. Your success within this opportunity and any opportunity in life is directly related to the actions that you put forth. You are the guarantor of your success. What we're providing is one of the best ways to allow you to achieve the financial goals that you want for yourself and for your life, to allow you to live your lifestyle. That's what we provide. That's the only thing I can guarantee, is that we're going to provide the platform, the community, and everything that you need to actually reach and achieve your financial goals.